Have you heard of this Charlie Kirk replacement that spawned out of Ben Shapiro's asshole? Brilliant Hollyhand.
I have seen the Great Value brand Charlie Kirk in picture only. I've actually never heard his voice before.
All right, well, let's take a look at this because one of our favorite podcast personalities, Jennifer Welch, put out a pretty great video that I highly recommend you guys go check out, where she reacts to this new fucking shithead piece of crap who went viral for this video in literally like the mere days following the killing of Charlie Kirk, where he was just blatantly positioning himself as the next Charlie Kirk, right? And a lot of people are questioning how he even had the money to pull something like this off, to get on a private jet in the first place. Jennifer has some theories. I love that Jennifer's willing to go where Jennifer is willing to go because I happen to agree with her. But a lot of other libs, would not go there. So let's take a look at this and we can get your reaction, Zach, because again, this is above all just hilarious in my opinion. This fucking emergence of this shithead kid.
Tour announcement. Play the clip.
What's up, America? Brilyn Hollyhand here, about 30,000 feet up. We are on the way to Arkansas. So everybody in line at the University of Arkansas to kick off my 10-stop campus tour. We are coming to you right here, right now. Stay in line. We have gotten a third room as we have sold out this campus stop 3 times, but we are coming to you. We will fit you in. Students will get priority, but we will make it happen. I cannot be more excited.
Several things there. Kylie, keep that up. Just really quick pause. He's on a PJ. He has a Rolex. Who is funding this? Does he have a trust fund that could choke a bull and he's just spending, the interest off of that? Is mailbox money for this? Or is he being funded? So this is wild that this young kid, immediately an hour after Charlie Kirk is murdered, is on Fox News, giddy AF. And then within a few days later, he's on a PJ sporting his Rolex. I guess it's Mr. Relatable. And he's kicking off his campus tour. I think this is sus AF. I think this is wild. And so let's go ahead and look at another video as we try to piece together who
really
is
quickly
funding.
Why does he have a girl's name? If he's supposed to be this alpha male, I'm here to lead the masculine movement and these pussy men are going woke and they're all soft lefties and I want a trad wife and I want American boys to live respectably. Why did they go with a guy named Brilyn? I've only met women Brilyn in my entire life. I went to middle school with a woman named Brilyn. She had a really bad roll of the dice in high school when the sex tape got leaked, so I'll never forget her name. I felt horrible for her. And then I'm like, wow, so you trot this like weird Aldi brand Charlie Kirk out and his name is Brilyn? That's strange.
Yeah. I mean, there's definitely nothing alpha male about this dude, even regardless of his stupid fucking name. But yeah, it is a ridiculous name. If I was named that shit, I would immediately be. I'm going by Brian. Yeah, just scratch out the Y or just scratch out the I, and there you go. It's Brian, just spelled weird.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, fuck no.
My mom smoked meth. Okay, what do you want from me? Like that's the kind of vibe it gives. It Braxton and Paisley's mom had a third son named Brilyn.
Another video as we try to piece together who is funding this and why they would fund this. Play the next video, Kylie.
What we're seeing going on right now across college campuses all over the country, specifically Yale and Columbia, they're getting shut down and overrun by these anti-Jew protesters, these pro-Gaza protesters, these terrorist sympathizers. That's what they are. Let's call it out for what it is. It's disgusting. It's vile. It's inhumane. Listen, the Democrat Party is being radio silent on this. Why?
Also, I was dying this morning watching this because it looks like he's in is he in a rocking chair? I don't know if you're noticing this, but this whole little short, he's like going like this. I'm like, what the fuck is happening? Like, why are you in a rocking chair? What is fucking happening? It's so weird. Let's play this again so you can see what I'm talking about.
disgusting. It's vile. It's inhumane. Listen, the Democrat Party is being radio silent on this. Why? Because these are their own supporters. And in the case of Ilhan Omar,
Oh yeah, he's in a chair
out there standing in the picket line and protesting us. It's disgusting, and they should be calling it out. It's like pretty easy to come on and say, "Hey, we're pro-Israel, we're a pro-Jewish people, we're pro-America." It's that simple. But
it looks like he's about to fall off the freaking face of the earth or something. I'm like, what? Stop teetering around. Are you like too drunk to stand still? Like, it's just so fucking weird. Like such a weird visual decision that probably most people don't even wouldn't even notice. But I just couldn't stop laughing at that this morning. I guess he is literally in a rocking chair. I'm sure there's a lot of those down south Tuscaloosa or wherever the fuck he's from. In Alabama or some shit.
I doubt it's an actual rocking chair. I bet it's just like an office chair, kind of like what we're sitting in. Yeah. And he's just like got this nervous energy and he's trying to seem all relaxed or whatever, and he's letting it out. What I can't get over it is how fucking happy to be there this kid is. So it doesn't matter what he's talking about. This guy's grinning ear to ear like Charlie got invited to the chocolate factory. I mean, it's really nuts. He can't believe his fortune that Charlie Kirk got assassinated, and now he's been called up to be the main guy. It's truly something to watch. And he really just strikes me as like you bring an American actor over to France or something and they like learn the lines, but they have no idea what they're saying. So they're just trying to be chipper and charismatic. It's like he's admonishing people for being sympathetic to terrorists, but he's got a grin ear to ear and they just love terrorists and they're fucking like, dude, you're supposed to change your voice inflection depending on what you're saying. It's called tonality. It's really important in broadcasting. And you would know that if you weren't an AstroTurf little bitch.
Yep. 100%.
Instead, the Democrats are supporting this anti-Israel message being spouted by their supporters out there in Columbia and Yale. And they're supporting this Death to America chant by letting this continue on. They've got to put a stop to this. On the other hand, Republicans are pro-Israel,
to put a stop.
Pro-America, and we're pro-protecting Jewish citizens not only in Israel, but...
All right. Good luck with that at the ballot box, Brilyn. But first and foremost, this whole ruse that has happened with Israel, and clearly you can tell by that video. I don't know this for a fact, but if I were to put two and two together, I would say that Israel's probably funding the PJ, et cetera, because we have video now of Benjamin Netanyahu over the weekend sitting down with American TikTok influencers, and he sees that as the next weapon in his propaganda war. And here is the problem with messaging like that. This is not a real black and white issue, but what is black and white is there is a genocide going on right now. And Israel is doing it with the support, financial and governmental support of the United States government. And college students historically have protested against war. And this is a time that when we all studied World War II and we saw what happened with the Holocaust, we said, why didn't anybody do anything? Well, that's what these college kids are doing. But
either way, I totally agree with her analysis, obviously. But I also really appreciate her just being willing to say, or at least speculate about, this kid's connections to Israel, whether or not Israel straight up is funding his ridiculous tour to, take over for Charlie Kirk on the college campus or whatever, which I got news for you. Brilyn, is that how you say it? Brilyn. As much shit as I've talked about Charlie Kirk, he was actually good at one thing, which was debating like college kids on the campus. I've looked around and I can't find any video of Brilyn debating fucking anybody. So I'm like, if you're going to fill the shoes of Charlie Kirk, you have to be more than just like an annoying, spoiled, fucking rich white kid. Like, that's not all that Charlie Kirk was. It's a big part of it, but it's not
also a former hoop star.
Yeah, he was tall too. But you know what I'm saying? Like, he was actually good at debate. I'm not convinced that this Brilyn kid will fucking be able to even debate anyone. I'm like, there's no proof that you're a good debater. So you're going to go on this tour and try to do what Charlie Kirk did? I can't wait to react to videos of him getting absolutely fucking destroyed.
100%. And I think it's worth throwing this up. We've commented on it before. This is a video of Benjamin Netanyahu himself saying exactly what the strategy is. I think there's a very good case to be made that where there's smoke, there's fire. Now, Gavin and I have done our best job we can, not falling for any like random conspiracy theories without evidence. This is the best piece of evidence we have, so you guys make up your mind. But seeing a kid on a PJ with a Rolex that I've never heard of, that means he's got some sort of a bankroll. That means he's got some sort of an insane, gnarly bankroll. And do you love how Jennifer Welch just uses the language of the opulent? She just calls it a PJ. She's like, you poors know what I'm talking about. Oops, wrong one.
Back. How do we fight back? Our influencers. I think we have to fight back. How do we fight back? Our influencers. I think you should also talk to them if you have a chance. To that community, they're very important. And secondly, we're going to have to use the tools of battle. You know, the weapons change over time. You can't fight today with swords. That doesn't work very well. Okay, and you can't fight with cavalry. That doesn't work very well. And you have these new
You gotta fight with TikTokers.
drones, things like that. I won't get into that. But we have to fight with the weapons that apply to the battlefields in which we're engaged. And the most important ones are in social media. And the most important purchase that is going on right now is TikTok, number one. And I hope it goes through because it can be consequential. And the other one, what's the other one? That's most important.
Why is he talking to them like they're kids in his classroom? He's like, and what's the next answer? Does anyone know? Raise your hand if you know the answer. Like, what the fuck, bro? Why are you talking like that?
It's fucking weird. Yeah, but he's basically saying this is our strategy, right? So this is from 1 month ago when Israel got together with a bunch of other American buyers and they bought TikTok. You guys remember that whole diatribe? They were like, it can't be fucking China that owns it. It has to be Israel that owns it so they can, scrape clean any anti-Israel sentiment that has been growing on TikTok. There was a famous piece from a few years ago. TikTok made Gen Z the most pro-Palestinian generation of all time. That was when we started to see a lot of discourse about when they had to ban it.
And by the way, I would argue that Israel made Gen Z the most pro-Palestine generation ever, not fucking TikTok. I mean, the fact that people were able to see what Israel was doing on social media helped. But yeah, I mean, Israel did that to themselves. Their fucking horrific actions is why so many young people are revolted.
Oh, 100%. I just think that was the catalyst for people like Jared Kushner, like Benjamin Netanyahu, to really start to lobby the United States government to do something about the foreign ownership of TikTok, particularly the Chinese ownership of TikTok. And you hear it right there. They were saying, I saw figures that said that they were going to spend, and this is from the same reporting, $150 million on influencer campaigns. And who knows if it's going to be astronomically more than that, right? That would mean money coming directly from Israel to sponsor these individuals. $150 million. That'd pay for a PJ. That'd pay for a Rolex.
Yup. 100%. So yeah, I'm actually looking forward to watching Brilyn get destroyed in a debate. But yeah, there's no doubt that there's some Zionist money behind these sort of, factory-made conservatives that are just like willing and ready to defend Israel. Because let's be honest, like most Republican kids that age, they're probably Nick Fuentes fans. There's probably more of those out there than kids that sound like Brilyn on the subject of Israel.
100%. And that actually is my final position as to why Benjamin Netanyahu just glommed onto the Charlie Kirk assassination. Was like, he loved Israel. He loved it. This was his favorite country. He loved it. He said I was a superior leader, all these things. Why did he do that? Because Charlie Kirk was the last fucking guy that he had in his pocket. He was the last guy that was willing to say, I love Israel. It's your Christian duty to love Israel. I don't want to hear any bullshit about, behind the scenes, he didn't say it. Well, in public, that's what he was saying. And there's 4.5 hours of montage video of him praising fucking Israel. I guarantee there ain't 4.5 hours of fucking me praising Israel. So let's just put a pin in that for a second. That's why Benjamin Netanyahu loved him. And that's why they're going to spend out the ass to replace him, because they can't just have the right wing in America taken over by Tucker Carlson's, Candace Owens, and Nick Fuentes, people who are legitimately critical of Israel and correctly critical of Israel. So, even though they're wrong about everything else and their motivations might be perverse, when they criticize Israel, people are like, yup, that looks right to me. That sounds right to me. This country's doing all kinds of unconscionable shit with our tax dollars. I want it to stop badly. So Benjamin Netanyahu, he has to open the checkbook, has to open up that wallet and be like, all right, here's $150 million. You get a PJ, you get a Rolex, but please launder the reputation of our genocidal regime.
Look out the door if you hear an ambulance. The Vanguard will be there, sir. The Vanguard will be there, sir.